Welcome to Platform Media International. This is yours sincerely, Joe Ehizode presenting. Recently, some Nigerian judges were accused of being highly corrupt, and as a result, Nigerian federal government wielded its big stick on the allegedly corrupt judges. They were picked up in the middle of the night. And as I'm talking to you, some of these judges are undergoing trial. And Nigeria Judicial Council has also suspended the judges from practicing. Tonight, I have in the studio Ebenezer Badewa. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Ebenezer Badewa, welcome. Now, the question is this. It is globally accepted that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Are these judges, have they come to equity with clean hands?
Well, according to your introduction, they were allegedly
Arrested.
accused of being corrupt. So, and I know even though they've been suspended now from presiding over cases, they're going to go into trial. So it is only after they've been tried that we can attest either they come with clean hand or not.
Okay, let's leave the trial first of all. Now, it is also alleged in African tradition says that if a witch cries today and the child dies tomorrow, it's alleged that the witch is responsible for the death.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, judges are supposed to be civil servants in Nigeria, and this fabulous wealth that they found, or evidence of hard currency and large sum of money found in their house, also alleged that it was found. I think the DSS, Department of State Service, said they found large sum of money. As a matter of some pictures of Rolls-Royce cars parked in their garage. Is that an evidence of what we call austere living that judges are supposed to have?
Like you rightly said, these people, they are civil servants. Now, if we have to deal with corruption in Nigeria, we don't have to leave any stone unturned.
Okay.
Now, before the government, the federal government can decide to go and raid its own appointed judge, there are petitions, right? Mm-hmm. So they work with information. And before they do that, they might have set up some kind of investigative machinery in place. I mean, we have hundreds of lawyers in Nigeria. Now, if only 7 is single out to be arrested, now there must be enough case for them to answer.
We are practicing democracy, and you're supposed to also be acting as the prosecutor and the judge. The federal government sent out some officers to go and arrest these people at the middle of the night. Do they have what you call the warrant?
Of course, they according to some of the law, they said one, they have to go with warrant, right? But if they don't have the warrant when they were there to carry out the arrest, according to the Constitution that gave the security men the right to the DSS or the police or so, but within a reasonable time they can present arrest warrant to whoever that they pick up. So, like they said, they have everything. The DSS at the end of the day said they have the warrant. They have the only case where we start hearing about this, if they have the warrant or not having the warrant, is the case of the state governor that prevented the federal security agent for carrying out their own function.
Okay. Now, Mr. Badewa, where we live in Canada, we have city police.
Yes.
You have the RCMP, which is the federal police.
Okay.
Now, we all know that the city police have no power to stop the federal government police, the RCMP, from performing their duties. Now, that's a misnomer that the governor physically prevented the DSS from making an arrest, claiming that he is the chief security officer of the state. Again, that's another issue that the Nigerian state have to deal with. Can the governor stop a constituted legal body of Nigeria um, security to perform their functions?
Well, I think the governor is just taking advantage of the immunity he have because he cannot be prosecuted while he's still in office. So he just used that privilege to do what he can do.
Okay, let's go to another issue. Nigeria is a very funny place. The DSS is saying large sum of money, both local and hard currency, were found in the house of these judges. Some arguments are coming up strangely that how would the DSS prove that money belongs to the judges? I can't understand that.
You see,
so it has gone so bad that Nigerians cannot trust their own system.
Well, like you said earlier, people spin stories, right?
Yeah.
Everybody want to be right. Everybody want to justify their own opinion, even when they are seeing the truth right here. And then when you look at this case, the way some people have gone about it, there are some lawyers that supported what the federal government did that is the right thing. And meanwhile, there are even the NJC now that now suspended these 7 people. Why do they suspended them?
Now,
initially they were arguing for them that, the federal government shouldn't have done what they done. They shouldn't have arrested them in the night. They shouldn't have arrested them on so. They shouldn't have bashed on them the way they did. They are citizens of Nigeria. They don't have any immunity. From time immemorial, even here in Canada, the position of judges are treated as holy because after God, they are the next person.
And they have the way we taught to life and death pronunciation.
Between the pronunciation. So we reverend them and we put every country, put them in that high esteem. Sacred place. So as a result of that, they have never been touched. But many of them, they kind of abuse the office today. This is why, like, for instance, in the church, even here in Canada, if you are a refugee claimant here and they are about to deport you, if you run into a church, you are protected. That's how sacred church is here. And the same way they respected judge. If judge said, this is the way I want it, that's it. The government obey.
But when those kind of people turn around to be enriching themselves,
yes,
then the system is in trouble.
The country is in trouble, not even the system.
For purpose of our viewers who are watching, the names of the judges are Silvanus Ugwata, Inyang Okoro, and Mwazu Pindiga, Adeni Ademola, Abdullahi Liman, and Nnamdi Dingba. That's some of these judges that have been holding sway in terms of passing judgments against these politicians. And these are some of these judges that are giving some strong pronouncement about some politicians who are alleged to be corrupt. And they give these judgments, and all of us who are laymen in law say, wow, that's strange. And we can begin to see why. It's not that we're passing judgment. If we are seeing this fabulous way that they have, that means there's something happening. It's not the money they are earning from the federal government.
You see, this is why a lot of us, when we say, the federal government is not obeying the rule of law, when judge release an accused, the federal government should obey and release them. Meanwhile, the judge that are passing such law, they are corrupt. So as a result of that, they said if you find a law to be illegal, you are not expected to obey illegal law.
My other thing that I find difficult to comprehend is the uproar among the lawyers in Nigeria saying, why should judges be arrested? But in a system where somebody who steals a pickpocket can be instantly burnt alive, a system where if you steal a chicken, you go to 6 months jail. There are people all over the place. Yeah. And my question is this. If it's an ordinary man who was found to have stolen like 100,000 from the bank, he will be in jail. So what prevents the federal government from arresting judges who are found to be corrupt? That's my question. I don't understand that.
Yeah, you see, we said it earlier that the judiciary, particularly the judges, we have been treating them with high respect from time immemorial.
And that respect has been misplaced.
In the history of Nigeria, what happened recently has never happened before. So some of these lawyers too, maybe they didn't even read it to that level that they can be busted, they can be arrested, because it has never happened. Probably in the course of their training, there has never been made mention of any judge that has ever been arrested. So to them, it's strange, right?
Kind of immune to
Yeah, they thought probably even some lawyers said that the judge has immunity in order for them to execute their.
You see, I don't understand some of our lawyers in Nigeria. In everywhere around the globe, once police found that or finds you that you have breached the law,
Yeah.
and you are put in handcuff, right? And I've always said this, even my write-up, that when I find Nigerian lawyers quarreling with the case that when somebody being brought for trial is put on handcuff, they feel, oh, that's not the case. I don't see how that argument holds. If you are found to be drinking and driving here, what would police do to you? You are handcuffed.
Oh, yeah, right, but not in the court. In the law court, you're not supposed to be handcuffed. Even here, here you even expected to dress appropriately to appear for trial. To
when
appear
you're coming
before.
from prison, you go in your yellow
Of course,
jumper.
yeah, you go in your yellow jumper. If it's a real criminal case, then you go in yellow
jumper. The court,
yeah,
you have your handcuffs.
You have your
I remember
handcuffs.
when the police inspector general Balogun was arrested under President Obasanjo.
Yeah.
Some lawyers said he shouldn't have been handcuffed at all. But that was not in the court. He was being brought from prison where he was being detained and he was on handcuff. And some lawyers were arguing that they shouldn't have put him in handcuff at all. But my argument is that even in this world where we live, first world, you are handcuffed even when you disagree with your wife and your wife called the cops on you, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now, where do we go from here, Mr. Badewa, with judges having this fabulous words, living ostentatious life? Is justice not being denied to people? Is justice not being betrayed?
Yeah, you see, I think Rome was not built in a day. Buhari has started the sanitization of the industry now. Mm-hmm. So I think this is what he has started.
Yeah.
Now, with this now, okay, recently look at what happened in Ondo State. Because a petition was written against the judges that they've already collected money from the Ondo State governor, what did the judge did? They all withdrew from the case. Mm-hmm. Because they said until the issue of the petition is clear, they're not ready to sit on that case.
Okay.
That if it were to be before, who cares if any petition has written?
You just mentioned something that I need to challenge. You said Buhari has started this, but again, since Buhari came to power, nobody has been convicted of corruption. Not even the politicians, not the bankers, not the police, and even the judges now. Not one. So 1 year, we're still fighting corruption, no conviction. Is that enough for Nigeria? Would that make us believe that this is, and most of all believe that this is the same thing that will happen to the judges? They walk away free.
Now, one quick question I will ask is, has people been prosecuted to court?
Why is it taking this long for people to be
Now,
prosecuted?
what did the president said?
What did he say, sir?
He said the judiciary are frustrating his effort of fighting against.
This is a way of straightening the judiciary.
This is some of it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Badewa.
Thank you very much.
That's very pointed. I like that. That the president says the judiciary that is frustrating his anti-corruption has to be straightened out.
Sure.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
Well,
and we've started seeing the dividend now.
We'll take that, but again, with a pinch of salt. Okay. I have to thank you again for coming to the program.
Thank you.
And I wish you continue to show up whenever we need you.
Always.
Thank you very much. Viewers, that's the political judges on trial. And Mr. Badewa have said it, that Buhari wants to start from the cradle of justice to correct the wrongs and, as a matter of fact, fight the corruption that have bedeviled Nigeria nation. I'm yours sincerely, Joe Ehizede, on Political Arena. Have a good night.